Hi, this is Von Pierre with the video number 9 today. Today we're going to do is we're going to be going over one of the areas in our GRASS project that you've been seeing its development over the past few months. And inside the GRASS project, we're going to be looking at step number 2, which I first did myself, which is technique reverse the challenge, and Yuri's version, reverse the challenge, and how he edited it. Now, what I want to focus on is one thing I learned from doing this technique and Yuri modifying this technique is the amazing creativity that the workflow.link allows. So in the beginning, I was thinking that there was just a standard way to create the flowcharts and develop projects. But as I did this project with Yuri, I found out that there's many different ways you can structure and organize your charts for it to make sense and for it to be much easier to understand in a flowchart scenario or a visual scenario where just having it written out in a book and reading it in a book linearly would be not as easy. Okay, so let's take a look at what I did really quick. I'm going to show you very quick, so you're going to see. So here, this is my reverse the challenge right here. I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, so basically we are coming up with ideas, and I structured this the same way as I did the others. Yuri initially created this structure for me, which is actions and examples in comment, and I just continued structuring it the same way. And I thought that I could just do this for all of my charts, no matter what the subject matter was. But what I found out is that whatever subject matter you have to you have to customize the specific page or chart that you're working at for the subject matter you're dealing with. Okay, so the reverse the challenge is my subject matter, and that is very specific. That's a very specific technique to generate ideas, and it does require a very customized sheet. And of course, to customize it, you need creativity, and creativity is not something that you can be ordered to do like step 1, 2, and 3. So I want to show you what happened. So I did the basic here outline, which is actions and examples of comments. I did, and I did my, on the left hand side, I did the major steps, which is state your problem, reverse your problem, brainstorm ideas for reverse the problem, and reverse your solutions, and you eventually come up with ideas. Okay, so it's just the same way I've been doing. And then the middle would be the middle of the chart would be the actions, and the third column would be the examples and comments. And and I mapped it out. It does make sense if you follow my map, but the way Yuri structured it is much more functional and clear what's happening, because it actually teaches you what's going on by the way he structured it. So let's take a look at what he did. Okay, let's go back to his chart. So roll up one more. Let's go to his. This is Yuri's version. Okay, step 2. And okay, we're going to go to his reverse the challenge. Now look what he did with his columns here. He didn't have the same columns as I did, which was just your basic, this for me, this column was my actions column, and this column was my examples and comments. He designed it completely different and threw those original column headings out the window. So, he had, since this is a reversing the challenge idea generating technique, he used the middle column as the inverter, which is reversing whatever needs to be reversed back and forth. Okay. This was the normal state, and this is the reverse state, and this is basically going back and forth from the normal to the reversed, which is very creative structure. Actually, it's actually the structure that represents what this is. So it's a better teacher by structuring it this way. Anyways, so you saw what I had, which was on my left-hand column. I had all my steps 1, 2, 3, 4, which is state the problem, and then I had 2, 3, 4. With what Yuri did is he had state the problem. Okay, you state the problem here, how to get more customers. Reverse your problem. So this is the action area, and then you go and reverse it here. Instead of asking how to solve, so basically he's reversing the problem. This is in the normal sense. This is not reversed yet, okay? So again, we're under the normal category, and he showed you instead of asking this, let's invert this to here, and we're going to try asking the reverse. So if we're asking how do I solve or prevent the problem here, we're going to say how can I cause the problem. If here we're asking how do I achieve these results, here we're asking how could I achieve the opposite effect. If here we're asking how to get more customers, here we're going to ask how to lose more customers, okay? So this structure teaches you how to take what is the normal questions you ask to help you with generate idea, and you're doing what this technique says, reversing the challenge in the reversed column. Okay, now we're going to go to step number 3 because we've done step number 1 and step number 2. And again, he didn't put step number 2 in the left-hand column like I did, but he did it he did it based on structuring the columns properly and then putting in the steps within the proper column rather than what I did, which was just a structure which is okay but not as uh, I guess, teachable as Yuri's. So again, let's go to step 3. Now step 3 is under the reversed column, which is brainstorm ideas for the reverse problem. Okay, and that's proper because it's within the right column. And it goes right over to the normal. So we're going to brainstorm ideas for the reverse problem. Okay, and when we brainstorm ideas for the reverse problem, it inverts back into the normal, which is the ideas that we want. So avoid conventional brainstorming ideas for how to get more customers. New advertising strategy. Offer discounts, find new market, door-to-door sales, change or improve packaging. So we want to avoid these right here because they're the normal questions that you ask how to get more customers. Instead, we're going to mind map ideas for the reverse problem. Okay? If you don't know what a mind map is, just quickly Google it and you'll see that it just allows you to take a centralized idea and map out so you have all your ideas generated on one page. And then what's going to happen from step 3, we're going to brainstorm ideas for the reverse problem that we got in step 2, and the anti-solutions are what we get, okay, which are how to lose more customers, not answering telephones, opening late, staff have very little product knowledge, answering customers' queries incorrectly, not providing a warranty, staff are rude. Then what we're doing was going to step 4, which is the inversion. Again, we're inverting the anti-solutions from step 3, going to step 4, we're reversing these solutions, okay? These are called the anti-solutions because this is going to give us opposite of what we want, and we're just reversing it. So we have the exact reverse here from what we have here. So not answering telephone calls is going to be having dedicated virtual secretary to answer the phone. Opening late and closing too early will be beginning working in shifts to open early and close later. Staff having very little product knowledge is going to be provide additional training for our customer service operatives to improve product knowledge in their handling of customers. So on and on. So that's step number 4. Okay, and then again there's little comments here, which is fine. And then once you have your solutions, what you've done is you've reversed your anti-solutions, and by reversing your anti-solution, you get your answers, which are in the normal column. Okay, so then we end up having our ideas generated for our reverse the challenge technique number 6. So again, this was a real learning lesson for me. What I learned here is that you do not have to follow the same structural pattern for every page that you're going to create. It can be completely different in the design. The key is to first structure what you're trying to do properly, like Yuri's done here versus what I had. If you go back to the beginning of the video, And then after structuring this properly, you can include the proper steps and the proper objects, collection of objects within the structure. So everything is flowing properly and everything is being represented, the information is being represented properly. So from what I've seen, workflow.link is the only technology that is able to do something like this, especially with embedded diagrams where you want to go further down and explain something on a deeper level. So I was very happy with my learning about this particular little reverse the challenge area here that I did. And I hope you will learn a lot from this. We've pretty much finished this project, and I'm going to be moving on to the second project with Yuri, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next project. I probably will come out with more videos for this particular project. There's some more things I want to look over, so I may stay tuned for a couple more videos on this project, which is Grasp the Solution. Thanks again. Have a good day.